I don't know why people think I'm an idiot. Everybody I know that hires people is looking for employees. Everybody I know.
So in this hearing in front of Judge Oakley, we have something we see quite often, quite honestly, and that's a defendant who's caught in a catch-22. They have certain requirements of them where they're trying to do the right things and whatnot, but there are obstacles kind of at every turn. But what makes this hearing interesting is at the very end, after the no contact order is explained to him and stuff, the request that he makes, quite honestly, is just something I've never heard before, and he probably should have known better to even ask. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. My name is Dan. This is my partner in crime, Ellie. This is the Courtroom Files.
All right, would you waive formal reading for Mr. Short?
And stand mute to the charges.
Thank you.
Miss Greer, I apologize. I'm moving them back out to the main session now.
Okay, no problem.
I've got two files for Mr. Short.
Actually, one is an arraignment on a failure to appear, so that's the court to set aside the capious warrant or the trespass file.
Unfortunately, he hasn't been arraigned on either one yet, so we'll do that on both. You'll waive formal reading on each?
Yes, Judge.
Thank
Stand
you.
mute.
All right, Mr. Short, can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the first one I've got is a misdemeanor trespass charge from September 3rd, 2025. We're going to set you up with a pretrial live, my courtroom, 8 a.m., April 2nd. The second file I'm looking at is a domestic violence charge from March 23, 26. I'm going to set up a not guilty plea for you there. Schedule a pretrial April 7, Zoom, 9:45 with Judge Martin. Let's talk about bond for Mr. Short.
Judge, I've had extensive conversations with Mr. Short. Unfortunately, he is indicating to me he has no source of income at this point in time and no one that would be able to post a bond for him. I do not have his criminal history, but at this point in time, we are going to ask the court to for a personal bond. He is the place where this incident allegedly happened was his living quarters. He has no other place to go in regards to him being on a tether. So he would have to find some place to live temporarily. And I'm asking the court to take that into consideration with the cash bond.
All right. Shows the victim or complainant as a Jessica Hannick. Does she live at that address on Frederick, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Do you have a friend or family member you could stay with?
Sorry, I didn't get that honored.
I said, do you have a friend or family member you could stay with?
A friend, possibly. I don't know her phone number. She lives just on the other side of the tracks here. And
Okay.
I'm not even sure about that.
All right. When's the last time you had a job?
Back in November, they let me
Where were you
go
working?
just before her birthday.
Where did you work in November?
IPS, International Paint Stripping.
How long were you there?
I was almost there 90 days, derusting rims.
Why haven't you worked since November?
I've been trying to find a job, but
Bullshit. I don't know why people think I'm an idiot. Everybody I know that hires people is looking for employees. Everybody I know.
I've been on Indeed. My phone's shut off, so I can't really do anything on the phone to look for a job. We don't have a vehicle, so I can get nowhere.
Right,
Transportation.
well, that's a different issue. That's a transportation issue.
Well, even phone issue. I mean, I can go fill out an application, but how are they gonna call me to come for the job or anything?
Right.
So yeah, I have been looking for a job, but my phone shut off and I can't do anything about none of that.
What are you living on?
Right now, honestly, me and my girl was living off of her mother, off of her Social Security. we both are trying to find a job so we can get on our feet and get our own place.
And her mom don't have a phone?
Her mom has a phone, yeah.
And she won't let, she'd rather pay your bills than let you use her phone to get a job.
Your Honor, she's an alky. She's mean. She's belligerent. Like,
But
no,
she's paying for you to live,
not here very well.
you know. All right, my suggestion for you would be to show up at Wayne Metro, which is literally down the road from the police department on Wayne Road. See if they've got any services that might be able to help you get back on your feet. All right. Anything else before I set bond, Ms. Greer?
No, Judge.
So, Mr. Short, I'm going to order that you have no contact at all with the complainant in this matter. That means no phone calls, no letters, no social media contact. Don't have your friends check on her. She tracks you down and wants to meet for coffee. She can't change this order, only myself or another judge in the building. You understand that?
Yes, I do. Question about that. How long though?
At least until your court date, next court date. It could be changed then.
Okay.
So on this file, that's at least April 7th.
Okay. It just hurts her, Your Honor, because she's an alky too. She has this cirrhosis of the liver, and all I do is try to help her.
But the problem is I got a domestic violence charge. You're listed as the defendant. She's listed as the complainant. My job is to make sure there's no further problems at this point. I have no authority over her because she's not a defendant. You, on the other hand, I'm setting bond conditions. So
I
I'm going to
understand.
make sure that at least until April 7th, you two don't have any contact where there can be further problems.
Understand.
Can you abide by that?
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna put you on a personal bond, no contact with her. Don't go back to that address unless the Romulus PD is with you. You can hook up with them and do a civil standby so you can pick up some clothing and some personal property. Other than that, don't be at the address and have no contact with her. Show up in court April 7th, 9:45 on Zoom. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $5,000 if you mess up on bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
That means if there's any further problems on this bond, you're going to jail and it's gonna cost you $5,000 to get out. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
One
right.
question.
What's that?
One question.
Go ahead.
You said I'm allowed to go back to get my stuff in that. Now, if she's gonna be there, can I at least give her a hug before I actually leave?
No, I'm not gonna put the officers in that situation. The officers will go back to make sure that there's no problems while you try to pick up your clothing.
That's all I wanted to know. Your
They're not gonna supervise some kind of conjugal visit.
Honor. Got you. I
All
understand.
right. So on the other file, the trespass file, I'm gonna put you on a personal bond. Raise your right hand on that one. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 on that file if you miss your court date April 2nd?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so April 2nd is live with me, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then 5 days later, you're on Zoom with Judge Martin for the other file. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down. Our records show that you owe us $690 on 3 different civil infractions. I'm gonna put this one for a review. We'll talk about that when you're in my courtroom live on April 2nd. We've got some options where you might be able to work that off. Understood?
Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Greer?
No.
No questions? Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.